What's up, guys? It's Rip City Rundown, and welcome back to another video. This is actually, I want to say, our first video that's a non-podcast in probably over a month. It's been a long time since there's been really anything worthy to talk about when it comes to the Blazers. Obviously, it is now September 8th as I am recording this. We are starting to enter kind of the end of the offseason and the start of the season. Executives, players are starting to come back from their vacations, and training camp is going to start here in October. The guys will start working out again in Portland probably in the next couple weeks. And the NBA talk, I know the NFL just started last night, but the NBA talk is going to be right here as soon as we know it. But we've got a quick story to discuss today. I wanted to go ahead and get it out now. Obviously, we didn't have a podcast this past week because there was nothing to talk about. And we also had our fantasy football draft, our league that includes all of us from the podcast, Wes, Cody, and me. But that's besides the point. We're going to talk about Damian Lillard. I know that's all we kind of talked about here the past couple months, but it's really the main thing. We'll also discuss Scoot Henderson. He had a recent article come out about him that I thought was really good. So let's first discuss the Damian Lillard news. Woj was on ESPN the other day discussing Damian Lillard, and he said, as you saw on our Instagram probably, that the Lillard and the Blazers are both prepared for him to open training camp in Rip City come early October and possibly start the season with the Blazers. And if he were to start the season with the Blazers, he would in fact play, which I think is very encouraging news for us Blazer fans. Not the fact that he necessarily will be around in Portland, because I really don't know how that situation is going to pan out. That feels super sticky. We'll kind of get into that in a second, but the fact that if he were to stay, that he would play, I like that. The idea of Damian Lillard sitting out and holding out and not playing any NBA basketball, whether that's with the Blazers or another team, just sounds awful. And I'm super glad that that's not going to be the case. However, this is going to create kind of an odd dynamic with the Blazers if this is in fact true, because obviously you draft Scoot Henderson because he's your replacement for Damian Lillard. There's no way Joe Cronin drafted Scoot Henderson expecting Damian Lillard fully to stay and expecting to really make it work with Dame and Scoot and Sharp. If that's the case, then he's just out of his mind. He had to assume that if I do draft Scoot Henderson, we're not going to have Damian Lillard start the year next year. So how is that going to work out? I'm not sure. If it is what's going to happen, obviously Dame's going to play his normal 36 minutes a night. You can't not play Damian Lillard. That's just kind of how it works. I'll be interested to see who starts. Does Scoot and Ant start? Does Ant and Sharp start? Does Scoot still off the bench? There's a ton of questions that would have to be answered, but I did find it super interesting, while also super encouraging that Dame would play. However, another thing that Woj says is the reason not a lot has happened is because normally the month of August is literally just the off month for the NBA. No GMs, no trades, nothing. No GMs are talking. Nothing is going down in August. That's really the vacation month for the entire league. So he did say there will be more conversation with the Blazers and prospective teams over the next coming weeks than there were over the last couple of months. The next real deadline is the start of training camp, which is obviously early October. So I wouldn't say this is something that if we haven't seen a trade already, we won't see a trade at all, because I think the most likely time to see a trade was right when you requested a trade, probably that couple weeks in July. August was the least likely time, and now we're going to probably start picking up the trade rumors here, I would say, in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe less than that. I'm not positive. But I don't think this possibility of trading Damian Lillard is anywhere near over. I think we're gonna enter into another hot part of the year. I'm not even going to talk about trade packages, because at this point, I don't even know. I have zero clue what the black package could be. I have an idea. I still think Dame is going to be with the Miami Heat to start next year. I said that, and I'll continue to say it. West obviously said in his hot takes, or in his hot take from the Hot Takes podcast. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. He said that he thinks Damian Lillard will be a Blazer at the start of the year and until the trade deadline, or I think he said specifically January. So we'll see how that goes. It's just super, super confusing. I really don't know what's going to happen, but something I am encouraged about, and we'll go ahead and jump into that, is Scoot Henderson. He had an article recently with, I want to say it was Oregon Live. Yeah, it was Oregon Live. And he was talking about how he feels he is ready to replace Damian Lillard if that is what's going to happen. which I think we all can agree is going to happen. He said, when it comes to Portland, it's probably the best situation I could be in. I am here to stay. Super encouraging news. Just super encouraging stuff with Dame. I'm a fan of Scoot. I don't think anyone thinks I'm not. Obviously, we've done a lot of Damian Lillard talk over the offseason, and that's because it's the most important player in franchise history, probably the best player in franchise history. So how can we not talk about Damian Lillard? But I'm super excited for Scoot this year. I'll be very interested to see how he does. I'll be very interested to see the dynamic between him and Dame if Dame does stay. But these comments from Scoot, everything I've heard from Scoot, everything I've heard about Scoot is just super encouraging. I think something we said when Dame requested a trade is it's going to be very hard to find the next Damian Lillard, not only on the court, but off the court. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's top 75 all time, and you're talking about a guy that is probably the biggest influenced athlete that's influenced the city of Portland ever. And while I don't expect Scoot to live up to Damian Lillard, I think that would be cruel to expect him to live up to that. I think he's doing a great job, especially so far before he's even played a game. It's really hard not to like the kid. So I say the kid, but he's the same age as me, so that's funny. But I'm super excited about Scoot Henderson. I'm super excited. I'm honestly excited about this Damian Lillard news. I need more Blazers news to come out. I'm starting to get that itch for the Blazers again. So hopefully you see more videos from us. If you haven't followed our TikTok already, go follow our TikTok. That's where all of our content has been recently. We've done a lot of NBA trivia, NBA specific content over there. So make sure to go check that out. Make sure to go follow our Instagram because, I mean, I got to say, these are the first 2 news-related posts, news, quotes, whatever you want to call it, related posts in a long time. So that could be a sign that the Blazers news is going to pick up and ramp up here over the next couple weeks and over the next month. So make sure to go follow there. Go follow our Twitter as well. Might as well go follow all 3. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoy it. Peace.